applied for residential, I wasn't sure what the rental rate was per unit for the requirement.
For the TIF, depends on, it goes from 1 bedroom per studio up to 3 bedroom. For 3 bedroom, you're looking at the $1,300 to $1,400 range.
Yeah.
So generally, you'll never ever get to that threshold.
Yeah.
We're actually quite a bit lower than that in Millbank. We're right at that, 1,000 to 1,100 for our largest unit, and that's a 2 bedroom. And so we do have, there's a big gap there. And generally, with the smaller communities, you'll never have an issue hitting that threshold. Even in Sioux Falls, you can get $1,400 to $1,500 for a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom. Can be kind of hard. So there won't be any issues with hitting that threshold with rental rates.
So this is some of our posts on Facebook. This is a picture of that structure.
So this is, the actual picture. We just got asphalt down on the site last week, excuse me. As you can see, we have some of the pretty typical healthy siding, and then your bad board on the top with some stone there, and then a rendering here as well. Jimmy, one of our in-house marketing, does a really good job. He's pretty fluent in the SketchUp program, which is what he uses for a lot of these. So this is the sign that we have anticipated, and then as you can see, the kind of different color schemes we have. But this is what we would have envisioned for Crooks here. So the footprint that you actually saw on that site plan is this exact footprint. Whether it's a 3-story, a 2-story, whether it's shorter or longer, again, there's some flexibility there. But this would be probably something similar that we'd be looking at for that site. So. And again, if you just go to Rosewood Apartments on Facebook, search it, do a lot of construction photos, and you kind of see the progress, some drone footage that'll show you around the property, and then same thing with our 2 million feet of property in Watertown.
Cool. Emmanuel.
Anybody got questions for Kirk and his team? Ron, go ahead.
So on Monday morning, we have everybody in to say, well, let's start off the week and talk about our projects. How many projects do you have going? Can you talk about them all in 1 week, or, you got like tons and tons going, I assume, right? In different phases and all kinds of.
Yeah, great question, but I always dig a little deeper before I answer, if you don't mind. So I'm curious, what would you like me to make it sound bigger than it is, less than it is? Again, people they ask that for a reason, because they want to know, are you busy, or do you have capacity, or are you too busy? So I get real nervous when
That's where I'm going from. We don't just get, you're not so busy that the $80 million, $100 million projects.
Yeah, no.
Overshadow.
This is our top 3 projects that we have. Britton's number 1, because we closed it. Crooks is number 2, that we're closing it, and the Spearfish project is number 3. So obviously, if we have a whole pipeline of things, but we prioritize. We only have so many resources, but Crooks is one that we really, really would love to work on, and work on for a long time with you. Now, if you say no, then we got to find one to replace Crooks. And we will, but in development, you can kind of slow that process down a little bit sometimes, and since we're our own developer, we're our own financer, we do have that ability to do that. And not that it matters, guys, I love the team that you've created, I love what you've done, I truly mean that, but I'm not a fan of chasing cities. I just don't like doing it. They run you through a bunch of hoops, and you can spend a lot of time and money, and you can't get a lot of answers. So what was exciting for me is you have this core team that really knows what they're doing. They're developers themselves. You had Butch, who I know. So I got really excited that and Mike kind of probably felt some of my hesitations when I said, we gotta make a presentation. I've made presentations all my life, and I personally don't like them. Probably no more than you guys do. But I know you had to do it, but so typically I don't chase city projects just for that reason. It's just the group you're dealing with is not nearly sophisticated as what I usually can see here. And so I just try to go off and do my own development where it's just private. It's less political. And you still got to deal with cities, but when you're asking cities to make decisions as a partner, yeah, you got to be selective because you can get stuck down a rat hole pretty quick. And so again, I compliment you whether we get the project or not. You're a very sophisticated group, very knowledgeable group. It'd be fun and one we would love to work on. And it's a high priority for us. Good, quick questions.
Anybody else got anything?
I just have one comment. Parks came to us last month and talked about the need or a desire to have another small city park included in the property. They had suggested something considerably smaller than what you have on your map. And you sort of answered this before, just with, you know, the little discussion about the railroad and some of the other things you talked about. But I don't know that we would be interested in something that large. I guess I'd approach Parks and say, you know, you want something this big? Or is it more green space? Is it, you know, just what exactly is it? That was one thing that I noticed just when they came to us. And then the other one was the trail system that we've been trying to develop. And you would have no reason to even know this, but we've been trying to connect neighborhoods with our trail system and, you know, into the school and things. And that'd be something that we'd want to look at enhancing. I think
There's some drawing in the.
yeah, it's like around the pond, but then it, you know, connects to the main road and connects to the existing trail system. But I'm assuming that would all come through, you know, as this moves forward, what are those elements? What are those things that, you know, that we really need to do as part of the community?
Yeah, I believe in trails. I mean, Indian Hills, John Mills, way ahead of his time, 30 years ago, when he laid that out. And I bought 4 houses up there, and the trail system he's created is amazing. Now, I will criticize John on one thing. In our association, there's probably 500 homes out there. They don't maintain the trail. Don't maintain it. I actually maintain it. My neighbor and me bought this huge little tractor, and I can't maintain the whole thing, but I'm just telling you, I'm frustrated as a person in Brookings. I love trails, but if you don't maintain it in the winter, I'm not a fan of it. And we have winter 6 months a year up here, I'm sorry. So I'm just saying, is I'll build that trail for you, but doggone it, think about it. How you gonna maintain that trail? Sioux Falls is amazing. That place is, they take care of the trails. I'm a big trail lover.
Yeah, what you want.
30 years
Good
ago,
point.
that was probably, 30 years ago, that was probably Harvey and not John.
Yeah, you're probably, yeah, it was Harvey, I'm sorry. It was. Very good point. Yeah, it was Harvey. Yeah. And the park, again, you know, as a developer, land is money, you know, and if you, I don't care what you do with it. I prefer to make more money and reduce the size of that. That's my ultimate goal, but I'm trying to appease the quality of the city. Again, one of the things you look at the parks, well, is it a playground? You know, is it some soccer fields?
Right.
You know, can you, I don't know, I haven't studied your park department very closely, but what is the master plan? And is this part of the master plan to maybe expand a little bit more? Maybe a small ball field. If you say, no, I want a swing set, a slide, yeah, you put half an acre in there, and we sell the rest. But that's part of the partnership thing. You tell us what you would like, and I'm sure you'll have input from the park, because I remember the gentleman here last time. Maybe he's still here.
Lots of opinions around.
Yeah, lots of opinions, but, so I'm willing to accommodate, because I've got a beautiful lot 16 through 21 in place now, And if we want to add a cul-de-sac in that park space or reduce it, I think we can accommodate that pretty easily, if that's what the team wants to do. But maintain your trailer. I'll come down and do it for you.
We're looking for donation.
Believe me, I'll do it. I'm doing it now.
Okay, anybody got anything else? If not, thank you guys. Appreciate you coming down.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your contribution to the city.
Thank you, guys.
Hopefully I didn't offend you on how I answered you. So, yeah, good question. You never know where that come from. I see those eyes a little bit hard. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, I need a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second? Roll call vote.
Arstad.
Aye.
Langlois.
Say aye.
Hi.
All right. And you have to leave. I said you have to leave, there's no table in the office anymore. You have to No. There will not be a vote after executive session.
I would like a non-forum conversation between the two of you. After you're done.